Hello and welcome to the Playcast for tonight. Playing some more Stardew Valley. Looks like it's the 21st of winter. We're almost done with year one here, so I think I figured after year one maybe I'll play some other games for a little while and then come back to year two. But we'll see how it goes. Hardwood. Yeah, I can do that. Looks like I must have been to the mines last time. I got some geodes to crack. Oh, I got quite a bit of money now. I'm not sure when that happened. Just leave that there. The coffee thing, I mean, coffee's nice because it speeds you up, but you got to drink it so often that it's mostly just annoying. I'm trying to remember where I was, what I had going on in the game. If I had, I was wanting to upgrade my barn. I don't suppose I did, or I wouldn't have that much money. Now that I think about it, I think I was short on wood, and so I hadn't done it yet. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. So I guess I better get that done today, because she won't be open the next 2 days. Wonder how much hay I've got in my silo. It's a little bit funny that the hay looks like straw, but a lot of people don't know the difference, so I guess it's not a huge surprise. And chickens also don't eat hay, not really. I mean, they'll peck around through it, look for seeds and such, but they don't really eat it as food. You could probably give, well, you could pelletize it, I suppose, and they'd get more food out of it that way. That's what they do for rabbits. They make pellets out of it. I'm sure there's some other stuff in them too, but let's see, what am I doing here? But mostly, if you give chickens hay, they'll scratch through it, look for seeds and such. But you don't generally expect that to be their single food source. I think I needed 550 in wood. There's the 10 hardwood that she wants. So I'm gonna have to either cut down some more trees or buy some wood from her, which wouldn't be the end of the world if I have to do that. I do have a few trees here, but I kind of wanted to let that batch grow up. Do I have any down here? So I'll run through the forest and see if any new ones have sprung up lately. Oop. I don't need any more chicken statues. What does it say about that anyway? The ancient people of this area. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a ancient religious item. Let's see what this guy's got. Did I get I think I got a coffee bean already. Really only need one because of the way they multiply pretty quickly. think I can chop these. I guess you can only chop the ones on your farm. And they don't give you any wood either, I'm pretty sure, but you can chop them to clear them out of your way if you want to. Well, I guess none of these trees have sprung back up yet over the winter. Why am I not riding my horse? Freaking moron. I just realized I'm moving awful slow. Oh yeah, because I have a horse now and I'm not riding him. That was pretty stupid. Good thing I didn't have a lot to get done. I still need to get to Clint's by 4 though. So I don't have a lot of time to kill at this point. Let's go, horse. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I gotta get my panning pan. Which I thought was worthless when I thought it was for gold panning. And then I found out it's for any ore, so a lot of times you'll just get like copper ore with it, which makes it even more worthless. It's a serious disappointment, but the thing is, it would be kind of valuable if you got it first thing in the game, early on, when you're short on money and ore and all that stuff. But by the time you finish that room in the community center and get this, it's just not valuable to you unless there's some way to get more out of it than I know. Because the once or twice that I used it just out of curiosity, I was like, that's it. I got a few copper ore will be. Alright. Give her the hardwood first. My wood is exactly what she needs. That's good to know. Alright, I need 550. And first of all, there's the calendar. Well, better get the wood first, just in case. Let's see, I need basically 104. So it's going to cost, well, it's only going to cost 1,000. Huh. That doesn't seem like much. I guess her prices go up next year. It's not next year yet, so. Alright, let's take the calendar. The furniture catalog is kind of a cool thing once you have, you know, a big pile of money. You can, you can get furniture for your house and like, wallpapers and stuff for nothing. I actually do like these things. The lamp posts for spreading light around the farm. I wouldn't say all, but a lot of the girls have something to say about whether they like hot or cold weather. Like, what is it? Penny doesn't like it cold, Leia doesn't like it hot, I forget. And Maru there said something about getting cold. Like they all have temperature issues. 3 largemouth bass. I don't know if I'll be doing that, but we'll see. Washing dishes. There's enough variations in people's schedules that I really haven't, as much as I've played this, I haven't really gotten a solid read on exactly where people are when people are where, I should say. Wait a second, I didn't buy the damn barn from Robin after I bought the wood. Good grief. I gotta go back then. Too much talking, not enough thinking, I suppose. I've written a couple of articles this week for my blog, actual articles instead of just links to videos. I've kind of felt more like writing lately. It comes and goes. There's times when I don't feel like writing at all, and it's a real slog, but lately I've kind of felt like it, and it came pretty easy. So, I don't know whether they're any good, but there they are. Alright, back up to Robin's. One thing that got me thinking, well, the one I wrote today was because I was about to leave it as a blog comment somewhere, and then I thought, you know, that's dumb. Just write it out for your own site. And then once I did, then I realized then it got a lot longer than it would have been as a comment. But that happens. Then it, you know, it actually turned into a decent sized post. Now that makes a lot more sense. I mean, I don't make anything off my blog, and it doesn't really do anything. It just sits there, but it might as well be sitting there as sitting on someone else's site. Yeah, let's go cruise the beach. The other thing that got me thinking about writing was I've been listening to the 372 Pages podcast, which is it's a couple of guys from Riff Tracks. One of them is Mike Nelson, who used to be on Mystery Science Theater back when it was really great, and the two of them read books. It's a book club type of thing, but they read bad books, so it's along the same lines as Mystery Science Theater, the same idea, but with books. They started with Ready Player One, which was a lot of fun to listen to them go through, and they've done a few others now. And the one they're doing now is just so terrible. The writing is just god awful. But the thing is, the guy has published several books. They're not now the one they're doing, which I guess the first one in the series. I think they said it's 170 pages. So it's a pretty small book, and they said there's several chapters that are basically cut and paste from each other. Oh, I've already been down there. So the guy cheated, but still, he published books. I thought, you know, when people can, I don't know how many copies he's sold. He's going to sell quite a few probably because of this, because 372 pages covered it. But other than that, I don't know normally how many he's sold. But still, it's out there. You know. Like, you know, if that can be a book, anything can be a book. There's really not much excuse for not writing something. So, I don't know. writing a whole book's a pretty daunting thing, but it is something I've wanted to do. I do have my Latin book that is basically, it's basically a book. I mean, it's enough lessons to make a book. It just needs to be structured into a book. So it's not a book yet, but that's a little different, I guess. Although maybe that's the problem. Maybe I shouldn't be thinking of that as different. But to me, that's different than a story, than a fiction book, because a story you kind of have. I think anyway. You kind of have to. Well, there's the ore in the water. Let's try it as long as we're here. Shimmy, shimmy. Yeah. I did get 3 geodes out of it that time. That's not bad. The other times I tried it, I didn't get diddly. I got like a couple of copper ores, so maybe it's a better deal than I thought. I still don't know if it's worth carrying that another thing around everywhere you go, just on the off chance you run into something shining in the water. But anyway, I was talking about books. What was I saying? Oh, it just seems like a story, a fictional book. You almost have to figure the story out ahead of time, or at least have some idea where you're going. I mean, I know, like Stephen King talks about, he just starts and he just sees where the characters go, and like maybe you can do that. I don't know if I can. Well, I guess, I mean, I've tried it and they don't go anywhere. So, you know, maybe that doesn't work for me. Maybe I've got to have at least a vague idea of what's coming before my imagination will start filling in the gaps. But I don't know. And I started a new side project today, or you could say last night, which isn't something I can really talk about other than to be happy about it. It's doing FreeBSD system administration, which is the thing I prefer to do work-wise. So that's a good deal. It's not a big earner yet at this point, but it could get to be. So that was a nice thing to get going. Let's see what we got here. Oh, leave that for the dwarf. I guess I'll carry that around for a while. Maybe I'll discover that it's worth more than I thought. And I've been thinking for a while, what I need to do is offer some kind of, and we talked about this, the guy I was talking to last night, we talked about this, the idea of offering some kind of a sort of FreeBSD package where basically it's just all set up for them. You provide people with a FreeBSD system that okay, there's my calendar now. that's just all set up for them with whatever their WordPress or whatever it is that they're going to run on it, and probably a maintenance contract to where they don't have to keep the system updated. You handle the updates for them, and they just use it. And I've kind of looked into that before, and it seemed like the maintenance part of it is really the expensive part, the part that you got to charge quite a bit for. And it seemed like places where there was a huge range, and some places were really super cheap. They're obviously foreign. You couldn't read. You couldn't read their stuff. It was obviously written by foreigners who didn't know English, and they would be really cheap. And then on the other hand, you'd have people who looked pretty professional in what they wrote, and they would be quite expensive. And maybe there'd be some room in the middle there. To offer that sort of thing, because you can run quite a few jails on a single FreeBSD system, and each jail is basically like its own computer, except lighter weight, because you're not virtualizing the whole system. You're not virtualizing the kernel, just the user space. So it let's see here. Okay, what am I going to do today? It's wintertime. I guess I should go to the mines. I'm waiting for my barn to get done. I've got a stable. What else could I even do? I don't have enough money yet to buy the bus. Although I could go buy parts of the bus. What else have I got going on here? Did I ever get I didn't get a big brown egg yet. Maybe I'll get that this morning. I am waiting on that. I might have got one yesterday and tossed it in for mayonnaise and not realized it because I wasn't thinking about that. But nope, just got a small one today. The biggest problem with that kind of thing, like offering a FreeBSD package, to me, the biggest problem isn't doing it. The biggest problem is designing the package and marketing it all. Coming up with a way to say, okay, here's just, I don't know, I almost need someone else to do that part of it, so because they're not as close to it. Someone who's not as close to the topic and can put it in the way that other people, non-experts, would be able to understand. Not necessarily a marketing expert, just someone outside the topic a little bit. Okay, let's rearrange things a little bit here. Let's use the algae soup first. Alright, off to the mines. But yeah, to me, the time-consuming part of something like that is just like making up the website to promote it. It's just then, it makes me tired even thinking about it. Because as soon as you start talking about making a website for something, it's like, okay, you gotta have a design, you gotta have, You got to have a layout of some sort. Do you put it on something like WordPress, or do you just make an HTML page? And then, how do you write everything so that it's clear and understandable to the people you're trying to target? And all that's, to me, all that's more difficult than the actual thing, the actual work. So, where do I want to go here? I guess I haven't gotten the reward for killing skeletons yet, so let's go to the skeleton area. Nice. Hope I got that close enough. Yeah. Stupid bat, leave me alone, bat. I just don't want to waste time on you. But yeah, that would really be, I don't know if it'd be the ideal, but it would be pretty nice to have maybe a couple of dozen virtual system customers like that have a jail, and just maintain those, and they do what they want with them, and you just maintain the systems. Because the systems themselves, I don't want to say they're dirt cheap. It depends on the resources you need, but they can be dirt cheap. I mean, I rent a virtual server for $5 a month. Now, if you're going to get actual hardware, then that's going to cost more. But I mean, by the time you divide it amongst several customers, then it's not going to be $5 a month, but it's going to be reasonable. And the maintenance you're going to have to charge more than that for the maintenance anyway. That's the thing, that the people offering really cheap maintenance were offering it for like $5-10 a month. You can't take one phone call a month for that money. They're either hiring people that are getting $1 a day, or they're just assuming that you're never going to call them, and odds are they're going to be out of business after a while, because people are going to call, because that's just the way it goes. I was dealing with something today because got a call about an email problem, and I looked at it pretty hard, because it looked to me like the problem wasn't our email problem, but I still had to look at it to be sure. And you run into stuff they can't even they can't figure out that, well, a message that's going from site A to site B doesn't actually go through site C. That doesn't have anything to do with it. So it's surprising how hard the logic is sometimes. Hey, I completed something or another. I completed the skeleton quest. The skeleton killing quest. Let's go ahead and kill this one too. It's for a good measure. I suppose I want to get out of here in time to get to the, go get my reward for that in time. While they're still open. Personally, I think the Adventurers Guild doesn't open till 2 in the afternoon, which, you know, it's fine, it makes sense. You figure adventurers, they're going to be out late. You know, although they're also going to get an early start. But anyway, if you want to act like it's kind of a bar, you know, to where they come to late in the day, that's fine. But then it should be open late too. It shouldn't close at 10. It should be open until 2. Like I said, like a bar. All right, bat, come on, get it over with. I think I'll go ahead and run to the guild, get my reward, and then come back. A stone. That's worthless. Okay, what do we got here? So we got the skeleton one done. And then, geez, only halfway, not even halfway on the slimes. Getting closer on the void spirits, not even halfway on the dust sprites. It seems like you'll never get those done, but eventually you do. Oh, that's right, skeleton one is worthless. You just get a mask you can wear. I don't remember what the mask does. It does something. It's not anything useful, I don't think, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just cosmetic. I forgot to eat my meal before I went down there. Alright, let's go to level 80 where the void spirits start. That's these things. Both of these, I think, are types of void spirits. At least one of them is. The darker one is. I'm not absolutely sure about the other thing that curses you. But I think they are. Not on that level. There's one over to my right. He's moving fast. Jeez. Bats. Get away, bat. Should have known I was walking into it that time. Come right through there where they couldn't help but run into me. Might as well be using the soup. There's plenty more where that came from. Don't know if I missed any staircases up here or not. Sometimes I miss them or forget they were there. I'm just gonna have to stay on top of those suckers better like that. Keep it pushed away and up against something. Yikes. Yeah, I think they made a couple things just harder to kill. They made those really dark ones faster, so they can get on you sometimes. They made the slimes better at jumping through you. Like that one just tried to do. Time's about to run out. I think it's been a pretty productive run, though. Ooh, infested. With these slimes being harder, it's making me wonder how hard the purple ones are going to be when I get to them in the desert, because they were already harder than these. They might be really bad. Jeez, how many of these guys are there here? Alright, I'll let the curse wear off. Oop. Felt like my phone was buzzing. It's not. That's weird. Oh crap, time's about to run out for good. I'm gonna lose $1,000 here. No way I can get out of here now before that time. Come on, before it freaking kills me. Jeez Louise. You damn near did kill me. That's dangerous, get to fighting those things where you can't quite see them because you're behind something. Well, I can craft the crystallarium and the iridium band. I probably won't, but I can. Yes, we've charged you $1,000, which, when you think about it, is worth it, considering they found you in the way down in the caves and hauled you home safely. And it probably is worth it. Let's see. Let's unload some things. Got a lot of geodes again. Put that in there. Or no, wait, that goes inside. Made that a lot harder than it had to be. Alright. Geodes back. So I'm making a geode run today, and let's see what else. Come here and be petted, dog. Oop, something was born. Duckling. Wumbus the duck. I guess that'll work. Still no large brown egg. Come here. Let's throw the small one in the incubator. Maybe we'll get a brown chicken. Shouldn't matter, but we shall see. Because I've already gotten one brown chicken out of a white egg, so I know that it works. It still works. It's not like they changed it or something. It's just I've gotten a string of mostly white ones, so. Unfortunately, you can't go buy one and say, I want a brown egg, or I want a brown chicken. You just have to take what you get. Alright, let's see what we got here. Seem to be getting more pine tar than anything else. Maybe I've got more pine tar collectors than anything else. Let's see what we got back here. What do we get for bars? Not overly many. I could sell some gold ones, though. Surprised I didn't make more money overnight for the stuff I threw in there. Or no, wait a second. I threw that in this morning. That's right, because I fell asleep. Yeah. Let's, well, no, let's not do that. Not enough stuff there to bother taking to the Adventurers Guild. Okay, so I can buy stuff for my bar, animals for my barn now, but she's not open today, so I gotta do it tomorrow. So I'll save money for that. Sell these. Ooh, got some mead to sell. Almost out of stuff in here. Better stock this up with something. What vegetables do I have a lot of? Nothing there. Let's see. I guess tomatoes will do. That'll be worth a chunk. I actually meant to take an intermission between yesterday and this day. Then I forgot about it because of the falling asleep and then starting right away the next morning without any pause for the night's sales, since there weren't any. 4 squids. No way in hell am I going to catch 4 squids, but Pam has some sayings at times that I think sounds like she's already expecting you and Penny to get together, even though that's only one of the 12 possibilities. Like there's one where she says something like, "You better treat Penny right. She's the only one I've got." Like that's totally a mother-in-law type of thing to say. And like, why is she? But she says that when pretty early on, when you're not that close to her. Like, what's that about? Does she say that to everybody in town? You better treat Penny right? Because maybe she does. But that she's the only one I got thing, just that's the sort of thing a parent says when they're giving their kid away to somebody else. It makes sense then. It doesn't make that much sense in this context. Ooh, something new. Now I can give that prismatic shard to Gunther, or I could take it for the thing that I know that it's good to use for, but I think I'll give it to Gunther. There'll be another one along at some point. And I can't get to the desert right now anyway. Alright, let's see what we got here. Anything for Gunther? Yes. Well, yeah, because I just said that, didn't I? That's the only thing. That's not special for him, huh? That surprised me a little. I thought maybe there was going to be a special reward for that. Comb the beach. Getting a little bit of warmer weather now. It was mid upper 30s today, I guess. And muddy as all hell, but at least the ice is thawing out of things, and if we don't get any rain or snow in the next few days, which I think that was last night we got some ice, but that melted off today. I don't know if there's any expected for the next few days, but if we don't, maybe things can dry out a little bit. Not using the firewood nearly as hard now, still keeping a fire going, but it's barely needed once get it warm in here in the morning, and then if there's sun in the afternoon, it's really only got to be about 30 outside to stay warm in here. Come on. So don't have to push the firewood so hard, and can let it pile up a bit. But I think by this weekend we're supposed to have some weather up in the 50s, which would be nice. As soon as the sun comes out, this day after day, the sun didn't really come out till late in the afternoon, but as soon as it does, it starts feeling more like spring. You start wanting to go walk around the garden spots and look and see if anything is sprouting up, and like out around the grotto, see if the green onions are starting to perk up, or the mint, and kind of thinking about laying out the garden plots and things like that. I've got quite a few sticks to pick up out of the one where I dropped that tree into it. That needs a little cleaning up. I don't need to mess with those yet. Let's see. Sell some of this stuff. I used to keep one or two of all these minerals. And I was actually keeping one or two of all the artifacts at first too, and then I gradually learned that now you never get asked for any of those. Nobody ever requests them as a gift or anything. They might be giftable items, I'm not sure, but it's not really worth the chests to build extra, because it'd take like 2 extra chests for each. A couple for the minerals and a couple for the artifacts, just to keep them around for that. It's not really worth it. Almost tempted to build another furnace just to speed that thing up a little bit, but I guess it'll catch up on days when I'm not mining and bringing that stuff home. I forgot to check for the recipe again on Sunday. I keep doing that. I do know how to go into the save file and give myself the recipes that I missed, but that's a bit of cheating, so I'm not going to do that unless Unless I decide to. Which I haven't yet. Let's see, it's 4:20. What else can I do here? There's some shiny water. I'll go get my pan, because I forgot to be carrying my pan with me. Let's see if it's still there. It is. That's that time all I got was some iron ore, which is not worthless, but it just doesn't, you know, is that worth using an inventory spot on this pan? Especially when I'm probably not going to notice the shiny in the water most of the time. I wouldn't think. Probably not that observant. So like down here, let me look around and see if I see any. I just don't know how often it's supposed to show up. Maybe once you find it once in a day, you're done. Or it could be like fishing bubbles in the water and it's always kind of around somewhere. I don't know. And I'm sure it's not worth all this riding around looking for it if you have to look for it. Unless you just got absolutely nothing to do like me right now. What am I going to do tomorrow? Well, I'm going to go and buy a pig and a sheep, hopefully, if I got enough money for both. I think it's going to be $24,000 total to get both. Need to put that skull face thing in here where I keep worthless things. It's basically a hat. I mean, that's what it is. Program wise, it's considered a hat. Well, heck, I don't have anything to do here. I don't have any trees to cut down. I guess I'll run through up here. I hate to just go to bed early. But if there's nothing to do, well, went past a holly. I guess that's worth something. I planted all those trees, and none of them have come up yet at all, which I guess is because it's winter. I'm not actually sure about that. Maybe they don't. Maybe they won't start in the winter if they weren't already growing. Let's check in here. Nothing special. Alright, so we're still waiting on a brown egg. A large brown egg. That's getting annoying. We're waiting on $42,500 there. Waiting on apples here. I can make the fried egg. I don't think I have the Mackie roll recipe yet. I mean, don't have the truffle yet, anyway. Don't have a rabbit's foot yet. Do have the other things. And won't have a red cabbage for a while yet. Don't have a duck feather, but that could happen anytime. Alright. Getting there. guess now it is time to turn in. Oh, I missed Leia's birthday. So sad. Ooh, got the feast coming up. Whose birthday, or who's my Secret Santa thing? I think it's Willie. They'll remind me tomorrow. Hope I got enough money for my 2 animals. I think I do. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm going to take an intermission. I'll be right back. And we're back. Willie, that's right. Okay, so I'll have to check what Willie likes for gifts. I think, I don't know if I have a note about that. Nope. I didn't think so, although I am still missing one note. But, I guess this will be another day. Well, like I said, I gotta go buy my animals, and then I could go mining after that. That's gonna make it a shorter day if I do. Still don't have a large brown egg. It just insists on laying small ones. That's getting aggravating. That's the other thing I can... If I got some wool from my rabbit, that would do it too. I gotta have one or the other to go with the goat milk. Yeah, rabbits give wool, so you can get wool from rabbits or sheep. Go figure that. The rabbits apparently don't give it very often, because I've had that rabbit for a while, and it's, haven't got any wool yet. Okay. Well, I'm a little early to get in to buy the animals. Let's look around here. Do I have any gold shiny things in the water? No. How about down here? I do not see any. Yeah, I just don't think they're that common that I'm going to want to carry that pan around all the time. Gonna wait a few more minutes. Yeah, it's not open till 9, that's right. So a sheep is 8,000. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'll take one of each. Trashy, that's the name of my sheep. That's a weird name. Shecky the pig. And the pigs are all male, I think, which, come to think of it, I don't know if I've had a pig reproduce before. Huh. What am I doing going that way? I want to go to the mines. Yeah, I don't know if I've had a pig reproduce or if I've always gone and bought more of them. It takes forever for anything, for the animals to reproduce anyway. It's, other than, you know, the chickens, because you can stick them in the incubator. But the barn animals, they take forever. Okay, I guess that would be everything. Oops. Forget to go the close way. Take the shortcut here. Alright, I want to kill more. What'd I do? Oh crap, I left behind the wrong damn tool. Jeez. That was smart. Can't go mining without my pickaxe. Waste half the day before I get there. I should have brought a gift for the dwarf now that I can get to him. Alright, let's kill some more whatchamacallums. Void spirits, that's the word. See, that's where I don't like to get behind the rock like that. You can't see what they're doing. You can't tell when they're about to jump at you. Not that it matters much if you can't block them, but it's just easier for them to get at you. There's a void spirit. It gave me a strange bun. Okay, guys, gotta go out. Alright, be right back. Okay. I don't recall what the little Sometimes the slimes have little antennas sticking up, and I don't recall what any of those mean. I think some of them mean male and female, but there's a couple of others that mean other things, so I'm not sure what that's all about. You can raise your own slimes. There's a building for that, slime hutch. I've never built it because it didn't seem like something I really wanted to do, but I don't know. Maybe one of these times if I keep playing this game. I've got to figure out what game I'm going to make, because I think what I'm going to do is after the worm game and the SHA 256 project that I'm going to do, I'm going to start a game, and I think that's when I'm going to start a Patreon account and say anyone who contributes to it will get to be in the credits for the game. That's a pretty common thing to do, I think, with any sort of crowdfunded sort of... It's not really crowdfunding because the game doesn't require any funding. It's just my time. It's just it would be nice if it paid for itself a little bit. It seems like that's how everybody else is doing any sort of content creation, so why not? We can't all be working for Google, taking their money to support whatever we're doing on the side. So anyway, I've got to figure out what type of game I would want to spend, a lot of time working on, like, over the next year maybe. Say, like, twice weekly programming sessions for a year, that kind of thing. Even that might be optimistic, I don't know, but something that's pretty substantial. God, he damn near killed me. I should have made more algae soups. Takes a long time to fill up on blackberries. Eventually gets there, though. Those things do some damage, man. Oh. I already had a staircase there, and I just forgot about it. See, sometimes these things just fly. I barely managed not to get run over. They didn't used to do that, so I think they made them faster so they could be a little tougher to kill. They used to be real pushovers. How many boots do I need? Actually, I didn't need any boots. I already got the best boots. There's a critter hiding there. curse wear off. Oh, good grief. My timing is that bad, or if they just can get to you sometimes. I think it was probably my timing was just that bad. Then he runs right over me. Guess I could run for the stairs if the bats get too bad here. Sometimes one comes from behind you at the same time. You just have to let him hit you once. Let him get through you to the other side. Actually, I've got that bonus ran out, so I'll take that instead. Come on, damn it. We can't. I don't know, it's just like you don't have any control. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to have any control over your movements when they're sliming you. But can't even turn around, which I think you used to be able to, but could be wrong about that. Yeah, I hate these little bastards come at me from below. That's how it should be. I come at them from below. Ah, come on, get off me. Pretty crowded batch of stuff there. I hear a bat coming. Well, time's running late. Just get him up against a rock and beat the crap out of him. Don't let him jump. That's the key. Don't let them get a chance to prepare themselves and jump. Keep whacking them. Well, kill this one thing, look around a little, Ooh. I think I saw that. Gather that and then get out of here. So I don't have to pay 1,000 to be hauled home. Alright, drop off the gems and some other things. Can't sell the boots here, unfortunately. Gotta take them to the whatchamacallit, the Adventurers Guild. Well, I guess I gotta run for the... Maybe I'll get a rerun recipe here. No, already know that one. Oh well. And tomorrow I gotta have a gift for Willie, so that is it for tonight. 4 days went by a little faster than usual, seems like. I guess I'll see what the actual running time ends up being. I think it does go faster when you're mining, because the time doesn't stop near as much as when you're like fishing or talking to people. All that stuff stops time, so... So next time we'll be finishing up winter. Have Christmas, which of course they don't call Christmas. But that'll be it next time. So I hope you have a good day, and thank you for watching.